I know most of you are probably parents, and you might think your kids play too many video games. Well, I'm here to tell you that they probably aren't playing enough. The fact is, we have a lot of big problems in our world. Poverty, extinction of animals, destruction to our planet, just to name a few. We're going to need kids who are strategic, creative, and have great social skills. I just described a kid who plays video games, depending on what they play. I believe technology is our future, and I also believe that restricting technology means our kids won't have the skills necessary to build a better one. But are these kids strategic and creative? Do they have great social skills? These are the three qualities I'm going to be discussing and showing how video games can help kids develop all of them. So let's start with strategy. If I say the name Tetris, most of you will probably know the name. And you might think it's a great game for your kids to play. It's not violent, there's no shooting or blood. But the bottom line is, well, I have to give it to them. Tetris is a fun game. But after a while, it can get boring. And if your kids get bored, they're going to forget the strategic skills they've learned. So there are games that teach strategy better than Tetris, like Call of Duty, per se. Most of you have probably heard that name, and you might think it's an absolutely terrible game for your kids to play, because it's packed with violence and it's rated M for mature, which is why the ratings board hasn't let me show this picture. I'm telling you, let your kids play Call of Duty. They'll learn a lot more strategy and they'll remember it too. But what do I do when I play Call of Duty? Well, first I turn down the blood and language because my parents asked me to. But then I'm working with a team, creating attack strategies, learning which strategies work and which don't work. I'm also reacting to a bunch of things happening at once and negotiating with my team members to attack a certain village or infiltrate a house. Scientists at the University of Rochester have concluded that people who played action-based video games made decisions 25% faster than people who played slower-going, easier strategy games. Because in the game, you have to think quick or be killed. So let's move on to creativity. If your kid recently downloaded a game and you haven't seen them in weeks, chances are they just downloaded Minecraft. Minecraft is one of the most popular games on the web right now, and kids as young as 5 and as old as 35 are playing it. And as I said, you haven't seen them in weeks, so obviously they love it, showing that they'll remember the creative skills they've learned. Eventually, they might be able to build like this. Right now, millions of people have come together to create a work of art out of thousands of blocks. And Minecraft is a building game. And in the gaming world, we refer to that as a sandbox game. Another pretty popular sandbox game is called Garry's Mod. In Garry's Mod, the player builds structures out of the items he or she has, or shoots zombies with various guns. So as well as being able to create complex machinery, the player can also build a team and work through a level that they created. A big thing in Garry's Mod is physics. The player has to build suitable supports for any structure he or she creates. So let's move on to social skills. My friend Eli moved away a few years ago, and something called Xbox Live has helped us keep in touch, as well as many others around the globe. And studies have shown that although you might think of gamers as wound-up loners sitting in a basement, the reality is that gamers have really tight social lives and networks with people and are contacting with people from around the world. So, to wrap things up, I want you to imagine a caveman finding an iPhone. How many of you thought he would say, "Oh look, an iPhone"? Probably none of you. I thought he would grunt and try and eat it. So there's going to be technology in the future that we can't even begin to understand. So all I'm saying is go home, and this is the technology that our kids are going to use to build a better future. So all I'm saying is go home and let your kids play the games they want to play. Thank you.